everyone, my name is Kimiko. I go by she, her pronouns. I'm the founder of Miiko Skin Co and very grateful to be working on the traditional and unceded territories of the Lekwungen and Wet'suwet'en peoples. Today I'm going to talk to you about the sun and your skin because it's really important before we even have the conversation of sunscreen to understand how the sun can impact the skin, especially going into these summer months where we're going to be exposed to a lot more sun during the summer. So if you can imagine the spectrum of light, where this is where we can see, just outside of that is UV radiation. So we can't see it, but it's there. Just like you know, the radio waves are there, X-rays are there, microwaves are there, the UV rays are there. So there's three different types of UV rays that come down from the sun. There's UVC, which is actually absorbed at the clouds, so it never actually hits our skin. And then there's UVB radiation, which does hit our skin, and UVA radiation, which also hits our skin at a much deeper level. So I have this little demo just to help you visually understand. This is your top layer of your skin, the dermis, and this is or epidermis, and this is the second layer of your skin, the dermis. So this is the new living tissue. This is the dead tissue. So UVB radiation, I like to think UVB burns. It's only going to penetrate the top layer of your skin. It changes throughout the day. So UVB is not constant throughout the day. It's stronger in the middle of the day. It also changes throughout the seasons, stronger during the summer. It's also more intense closer to the equator and at higher elevation. So too much UVB radiation will cause burns, which is a trauma to the skin, which can cause long-term damage and increase the risk of skin cancer. But UVB radiation also plays an important role in vitamin D synthesis. So a little bit of sun exposure during low UVB periods of the day can actually be beneficial for your skin in terms of vitamin D synthesis. So maybe you want to still keep your face protected because you're most worried about that in terms of sun damage, but maybe like arms or something like that. That's really your choice. Now the other type of radiation, UVA radiation, it wasn't even really being talked about until the 1970s when skin cancer was rising exponentially. But it is a longer wavelength and it actually penetrates right down into the new tissue, the dermis. And this is really where the high risk of long-term sun damage can happen. And I like to just think UVA aging. It's constant throughout the entire day. It's constant throughout the year. It can even come through glass. It's actually the primary UV radiation used in tanning beds. So this is just important to consider because long-term UVA exposure, long-term sun damage exposure to UVA is really going to contribute to increased risk of skin cancer, signs of aging, hyperpigmentation, and more. And what I just want to conclude with by saying is most sunscreens up until the 1970s were only protecting against UVB radiation because it was so popular to get a tan that products were being made actually to prevent you from getting burned so that you could stay in the sun longer so you could get that long-term tan. Coppertone's motto was actually tan, don't burn with Coppertone, and the baby was actually super tanned. So it's just really important to understand that because often products are just going to be marketed to whatever we want, and the more that we can know what we need from our sun protection products, the better equipped we can be to make choices for ourselves and our families when it comes to sun care.